Okay guys, so we are fueled up. Let's just bring the camera over here so you can hopefully see. And it is right up to the red ring, which is where you're supposed to be. You don't want to pass that, because then you can interfere with the emissions and you can clog the charcoal filter, and it just becomes kind of a mess. So I have actually never run this generator on gasoline. I've only used this on propane. So this is a first for me too. Let's see if it starts up easily. And let's start the clock. First thing I want to do is, let me just get the camera positioned a little bit better so you guys can see. I'm just going to turn the switch. We're always on propane because that's all I ever use. So I'm moving the switch over now to gasoline. Probably going to take a minute for it to fill the carburetor bowl. I'm going to flip the red switch to on. As I'm just letting the carb bowl fill up, I'm just going to undo my cord here to my trusty space heater. I'm going to plug that in, and without further ado, let's just hit the start button. It probably will take more than one try to start it. Eco mode is off, and here we go. Beautiful. Looking good. All right, I'm just going to come over here to voltage. Let me just zoom in a little bit here on the screen. So we're at 0, and we're just going to put a load on this. So I'm just going to turn the space heater on. All right, the first setting, we're pulling about 935 watts. And when I click it up a setting, we're going to be at max, which is going to be about 1500. And we are at 1483-ish. And let's just get a check of the time. It's basically 2 o'clock. So it's 2 o'clock. We're going to let this run probably 2, 3, 4, 5, probably until about 6 o'clock. It's going to be dark. That'll be about 4 hours. And then we're going to come back tomorrow and restart it again, turn the space heater back on, and just let this run until it runs out of fuel. And I'd like to, again, just see kind of what is our average, how many hours are we going to get on a full tank of gasoline. The literature says you're going to get about 18 hours, but that's at a quarter load of the 3,900 watts. Because remember, a generator, even though it says it's a 5,000 watt generator, 5,000 is your starting watts. Gasoline running watts is 3,900. Propane running watts is 3,600. So that quarter load is going to be a quarter of 3,900 on gasoline. It's going to be a quarter of 3,600 on propane. We're running just a little above that with 1,500 watts. So again, let's check back in around, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. See if we have any issues, see if it's running smoothly. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper, welcome back to the channel. This video, as the title indicates, is going to be a test of the runtime of the Predator 5000 on gasoline. If you've been watching my channel and you've watched some of my other videos, you're going to see that I did a video specifically on the runtime on propane here on the Predator 5000. And I got to be honest, I was blown away with the results on the propane run test. And I'm going to post that link below here in the description so you can check that video out. But what we're going to do today is we're going to simulate the same test that we did with the propane, except we're going to use it with the Predator 5000 here on gasoline. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got a couple of these no-spill tanks, and I've done a separate review on these tanks, and these are great gas cans. So check that video out. And we're going to fill this up with gasoline. We're going to keep eco mode off because I want just like a base case. And we're going to plug in the space heater. This is a continuous load of 1,500 watts, and we're going to start this up, and we're going to see how long it will run on gasoline, as opposed to our previous test, which was done on propane. Let's just get a quick walk around here of the generator. For those that are not familiar, this is a dual fuel unit. It can run on gasoline or propane. Again, I did a propane run test on a standard 20-pound barbecue tank, and I was blown away by the results. So please do check that out. But today it's going to be full tank of gasoline, and then we're going to start it and run it until it dies. I anticipate that this is probably going to, be done over the span of 2 days, because I don't think I have enough daylight today to let this continue running. I'm estimating that I will probably get anywhere from 13 to maybe 16 hours of runtime on gasoline. And this has, I believe it is a 3.7 gallon tank. I will confirm that and let you know in the description. So without further ado, let's get this generator fueled up. As soon as it's fueled up, we're going to go ahead and start it. We're going to put the space heater on, continuous load of 1500 watts, because I did do a simulation, and in my simulation I calculated that my average usage to run the house was going to be about 1500 watts. I did a real test, and I'll post a link to that as well, where I hooked this generator up to the transfer switch. I powered all the lights inside and out, the fridge, 2 65-inch TVs, the internet, router, computer, basically everything, and I was actually only pulling 750 watts. I did put the oil-fired forced air furnace on, and that brought it up to about 2400 watts. But I do have a natural gas stove, a natural gas hot water heater, and obviously I'm not factoring in air conditioning. I don't have a well pump, so 1500 watts was a fair base calculation for me. But what you guys could do is you can take the runtime that we get on gasoline, and you can use the wattage that we are testing it with, 1500, and from that you can kind of derive an approximate runtime for you based on your usage, and power usage. So let's get this filled up and we'll come right back. Okay guys, we are back. We're over here with the no spill can, and I'm going to show you, we're going to fuel the generator. I'm going to show you just how easy this is to operate, and I hope the camera adequately picks this up. I'm just going to tilt the can. You're going to see obviously nothing is coming out of it, and I'm just going to check the camera to make sure that you can see that, and you can. And to use this can, I'm just going to grip here, and I'm keeping this elevated because I really hope you can see the fuel come out in the camera. I'm just going to depress the green button. Now this can is pretty much full, and let's just see how quickly it fuels the generator. So I'm pressing the button. It's venting really nicely. I don't know if you can see that. Again, I really hope you can, but it is a very nice continuous stream of fuel. Now, I hope you can hear it as well. It is just pouring straight out. It's not gurgling. There's none of those problems that you get with the newer, non-vented cans. So again, I hope you can see this in the camera. I'm tilting the can back a little bit, so that you can see it. But it is just flowing really nicely. I'm going to just kind of tilt it into the generator now. And it's still flowing. I'm going to lift the can just again so you can kind of see the stream of fuel. And this can is almost empty, guys. This was a full can. No gurgling, no hesitation. It's just flowing really nice right into the generator. And that's it. Can is empty. I'm gonna let go of the green button. I'll show you here on the back. The can is now empty. So these no spill cans really simple. All right, we are back. The time now is just about 6 o'clock. So we have been running for about 4 hours. It's nightfall now, so I am going to turn it off. We're going to resume the test in the morning. And I do just want to say that it's been running great, no issues. The fuel gauge has moved a little bit, not a whole lot. Let me just see if I can zoom. So it hasn't really, hasn't moved that much. We will come back tomorrow and we will restart it and just let it continue running until it runs out of fuel. Let's just turn the load off. Now that the load is turned off, I'm just going to let it kind of cool down for a couple of seconds. I want to take a moment to just say that once this test is concluded, which might be tomorrow, it might be the day after, I'm going to do a follow-up video on the oil change. If you watched my first oil change video, which I will link, it was a total disaster. But I've actually devised what I think is going to be a really solid method for an oil change, and I saw it from one of my viewers. So I will definitely encourage you to watch the next oil change video. I think it's going to be really good, and I think it will be very helpful, quite frankly, for everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Hey Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper. It is 10:30 the next day. We're going to start it up. It's definitely very cold. Just to show you, I'm going to touch the exhaust. It's freezing cold. So we ran 4 hours yesterday. Let's start it up. I think we're going to run the entire day today, and we will check back in a little bit later. Sounds like it hesitated just a little bit, but it did start right back up. Okay, I'm going over to the lots. Alright, power's coming up. We're back on our full load of 1500 watts with the space heater. We're off eco mode, and we'll check back in a little bit later. Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper. We are coming up on 5:30, so it's basically been an additional 7 hours today of runtime. It's 5:20 right now, so in 10 minutes I'm going to turn it off. It's doing pretty good. No hiccups, no issues. According to the fuel gauge, we are almost on empty. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much longer it runs tomorrow. Like I said, it's almost 5:30. I'm going to go out to dinner, so I'm going to end this test in 10 minutes. And we started at 10:30, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So 7 hours today. We did 4 yesterday. So that's 11 hours. Let's see what we get. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to turn this off in 10 minutes, and we'll resume tomorrow. Guys, Outdoor Prepper, we're back. Day 3. Time is 10:50. We'll just say it's almost 11 a.m. I did check the fuel gauge. It is almost on empty. Actually, it really is on empty. I took the cap off and I moved the fuel strainer and I took a look, and there's still fuel in there, but not a lot. So I don't think it's going to run very long today. But let's start it back up. Let's plug in the space heater. We'll get back up to 1500 watts, and hopefully we'll conclude the video today. Let's lock the wheel. Alright, let's plug the space heater in. And I just have to say, the exhaust is definitely a little more smelly on gasoline than it is on propane, considering all my other usage has been on propane. So let's get the space heater going. Power's coming up. All right, 10:51. Let's check back in when it dies. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper, welcome back to the channel. The generator just stopped. It is 11:48. So basically, we got 7 hours. Yesterday, 4 hours the day before. So that's 11, and then we ran really just about 1 hour today. Actually, a little less than an hour. So that is 12 hours. That's not that great. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think that's that great. Gasoline is supposed to be much more efficient. You're supposed to get a longer runtime on gasoline. I got 12 hours on a 20-pound barbecue tank. I got 12 hours on gasoline as well. So it's not terrible, but for all those saying gasoline is going to give you so much more runtime, it actually didn't. So, I mean, I'm risking getting my carburetor all gummed up, getting the fuel system gummed up, when really I could have just run a 20-pound propane tank and had the same runtime. And I did fill this, pretty much to the top. I filled it to, I took the strainer out just so I could really look inside the tank, and the tank is empty. I filled it up to the red line. Let me just bring this over here to the camera so you guys can see. This is the fuel strainer, and if you can see, if it zooms, it says gasoline level is the red mark. So when this is in the tank, I filled it right up to the red line, which is full. You don't want to go past there because then you impact the breather tube, which is in the neck of the fill spout. You can impact the emissions system. It's just not worth overfilling it. So I did fill it properly to the red line. I got 12 hours of runtime, which is not bad, but it is no different than propane. Guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I was actually very surprised by the results. I was anticipating getting like 18 hours of runtime, or 17, or maybe even 16. I was not expecting to get the exact same runtime on gasoline as I did on a full barbecue tank of propane. Like and subscribe, leave some comments if this surprised you, and I'm going to do a follow-up video now that the generator is ready to be put away, how to properly store this, because there is one major step here that has to be done, even though the gasoline tank is empty, to put this away and store it. Thanks for watching. Tune into the next video on how to store the generator.